Besides the humid, oh, thank you. Besides the humidity, here at Dale Carnegie, we like to focus on good news because what we focus on grows. So everybody, drop your piece of good news into the chat. For instance, I just got back from visiting my family in Nebraska, and last night I went to a Dave Matthews tribute band. It was awesome. So drop your good news into the chat, everyone. What is your good news? Oh, nice, Sean. Where at? Oh, that's awesome, Francine. How long will he get to be home for? Okay, Winslow. Oh, nice, Donna. Well, happy early birthday to your feral child, Barry. Okay. Hopefully it's cooler in Denver, Dia.
I hope so.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but now that's perfect timing given everything that's going on there right now. It's so sad, and I'm glad you were able to be there before all that happened. Lots of good news today. That's awesome. Again, when we focus on growth and research research has shown that when we are in a positive mindset, we are 31% more productive and smarter. So, congratulations, everybody. You just got 31% smarter by focusing on good news. So, good news got us started, and we are here today to answer this question. How will we thrive in the age of AI? And how we will accomplish that today is by looking at these four things. First, we have an overview of the state of AI. We're not going to go in depth because today's focus is not about robot, it's about us humans. So we're just going to have an overview with the state of AI. We're going to have a better understanding after we attended this session on how we can position ourselves better to thrive in these exciting times. We'll do that by exploring Dale Carnegie's five drivers for success. And we'll be able to answer any questions that we have regarding the Dale Carnegie course. Let's type in the chat, everybody. Which of these objectives excites you the most? One, two, three, or four? Mm-hmm. Three. Nice. So to understand how we can thrive in the age of AI, let's first understand what AI is by answering this question. You can drop this in the chat. What is the difference between AI and generative AI? Take a moment and think, and once you have an answer, you can type in the chat. What is the difference between these two terms? What do you think? What do you think is the difference between AI and generative AI? Donna is like, what? Question mark. That's okay, Donna. What else? Katie's like, I don't know. It's okay, Katie. Who has an idea? To position ourselves to thrive, it's important for us to have some basic understanding of what these terms are. Based on language patterns, thanks for getting us started, Barry. Mm-hmm. Generative AI is now acting upon original coding with a question mark from Tina. So we might appreciate looking at the definition of these terms. So AI, as you can see on the screen, are smart machines. And AI has been a part of our life. And in fact, up to 70% of the things that we've been using in our daily life involves AI in some way, shape, or form. So there's examples. Think of robots. Think of self-driving cars. Think of language generation. Now, generative AI takes that to the next level. Now it's based on these large language models that are trained and that it can generate content independently. The goal of generative AI is to make it feel like we're interacting with humans. So many of us are familiar with one form of generative AI, which is ChatGPT. Type in the chat, everybody, what other forms of generative AI you've heard of? So ChatGPT is one of them. What else have you heard of that's similar to ChatGPT? So ChatGPT is one form of generative AI. What other AI stuff that you've been hearing about? Dolly for images? Yeah. What else? Good morning, Michelle.
Morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Bar, absolutely. So here are a few other examples. So we have ChatGPT, we have Copilot, which is from Microsoft, and then we have Bar, which is from Bing. For those of us who are interested, here is the current state of AI. So the global market for AI is booming, and it will reach $190 billion by 2025. And like I mentioned earlier, we are already using AI, and up to 77% of all the devices that we use on a daily basis involve AI in some way, shape, or form. ChatGPT scored the top 10% when it took the bar exam. And 77% of businesses already using or exploring AI. So when we think about, actually, let me hear from you all real quick. You can type in the chat. What other facts do you know about the state of AI so far? Like besides these four things that's listed, what are other facts, statistics that you've heard lately regarding AI that you're like, ooh, let me drop that in the chat. What else have you heard about AI? Unregulated, yeah, that is one topic of debate. Also, like copyright, like so who owns the stuff that ChatGPT generates, right? That's another topic of discussion. What else have you heard about the state of AI? Yep, so it has to do with creativity and the competition that artists feel they have with AI. It's not always accurate. There's something called hallucination, which means if ChatGPT doesn't know an answer, it's going to make up one. So that's part of the biases and the errors that can happen with AI. Oh, see, Sean, copyright. So it cannot be subject to copyright. Okay, so it seems like we've been hearing stuff about AI, about the state of AI. Let's look at AI in the workplace. So 85% of jobs that exist in 2023 haven't been invented yet. And the second fact is more relevant for us is 72% of the top chief human resource officers see AI as replacing jobs. And then when we ask employees, the majority of them says, I don't feel like I'm prepared for AI, which can cause a lot of anxiety and fear. How are you all feeling about AI? You can type in the chat or you can raise your hands. How are you feeling about AI? And we're not looking for an answer here. We're not looking for the correct answer. Whatever you feel, you can drop it in the chat or you can raise your hand. And we'll call upon you. How do you currently feel about AI? Okay, so Tara is confused It's like, how do I navigate this, right? Joe is unsure. Yeah, it is. It is a little bit scary of all the things that it can do. It can, and when we think about like things such as like deep fake, which it can generate your image in a video, like that could be really scary. But Nazi's like, I like it, I also don't like it. So a lot of leaders, business leaders, Michelle, think like you, where they're like, we have to jump on this train. Whether we want to or not, things are moving in that direction. So if we don't jump on that train, we're going to be left behind. So Pansies is on a more positive side, curious. Aha. So here, based on, so Dale Carnegie just published a new white paper on the current state of AI, and it's called A New Workplace Transformation, Preparing People for Success with Generative AI. And at the end of today's call, we have a survey. Well, you can let us know if you want that white paper or not, and we'll send it to you. Here are a few facts or the research that they have gathered regarding employee sentiments about AI. First one, we're more likely to feel positive about AI if we feel like we can trust our leaders. If we feel like we understand how AI works. A lot of us says we're confused. A lot of us says we're unsure how AI is going to help me or hurt me. We are, when it comes to AI helping us being more efficient and productive, we say, yeah, I'm all for it, but I want human to retain control, where 55% of us said that. And the thing is, many of us want, hey, I want additional training because I'm afraid, I'm confused, I don't know what's going on with AI. I want additional training so it can help elevate my skills, which is why many of us are here today. Which of these facts jump out at you? Let's type that in the chat, everyone. Which of these facts, 3 times more likely, 55%, 68%, which of these facts jumped out at you? Why 55, Donna? Type in the chat or you can come off mute.
Sorry, I needed to get off mute here. I just think it's so important for humans to retain control.
Yeah.
And I think that
absolutely
would, that goes with the 3 times. They got to trust their leaders. And if they trust their leaders, they trust their leaders to be in control, not generative AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think that there's a lot of lack of knowledge and understanding, and that will help. Knowledge is power. It helps people feel more comfortable.
Yes, for sure. And the thing about AI is that we all are still learning how this thing works, right? And in times where there's a lot of uncertainty, it's important that leaders in organizations continue to build trust with their employees, communicate, increase transparency. Those are the things that can help alleviate some of that pressure, that anxiety that we feel regarding AI. So back to all of us here, because these are the stats about AI and how we feel about AI. The main central question that we are all here today is how will we thrive in the age of AI? So what are you currently doing? What are you currently doing to help make sure that you thrive in this exciting times? Let's type that in the chat. What are you all currently doing, planning on doing to ensure that you continue to be successful? Drop that in the chat. Okay, so Barry is exploring, trying different things. Trust but verify. Yeah. Yeah. What else? What else are you all doing to make sure that, hey, I want to make sure I'm successful with all the things that's going on in today's environment? Okay, so Donna is leaning in, learning more, taking opportunities. So Sean is recognizing that it's not just learning the knowledge about AI, it's also building up his his human skills, his social skills. Hmm. Being here today, Bananas, that was the answer that we're looking for. Is being here today to elevate our skills, right? Awesome. Mm. Continue to expand the skill set. Going back to the white paper that we recently published as an organization, the new workplace transformation, what we argue and what we found through the research is strong emotional and social intelligence will give all of us as professionals, as individuals, significant advantage over the age of over AI in this times. Because I don't know if you notice or not, we humans have emotions and we like to work with other people and we work with other people. So those are the skills that can position us to continue to be successful in this Asian time. So when we think about emotional and social intelligence, what does that even mean? Let's type that in the chat. That's funny. Let's type that in the chat. What does that even mean? Like emotional and social intelligence. Let's type that in chat. What do you think that means? Like to have strong emotional and social intelligence. Because those are big words. So compassion. Okay. What else? Knowing how to deal with people, handle people more effectively. There's certain days where we don't want to deal with people, right? We do recognize that in the workplace, I do have to work with people, deal with people. So feelings, understanding. What else? What does that mean? Like strong emotional and social intelligence. Soft skills. Hmm. Michelle, they say when you lose your cool, they lose your message. So certainly still communicate clearly and compassionately and calmly when we're stressed can help other people continue to hear our message. Oh, Donna. So what you just mentioned in there is what we call the platinum rule. The golden rule is treat other people the way we want to be treated. The platinum rule is treat other people the way they want to be treated. And that shows an elevated social and emotional intelligence for sure. So Katie is about self-awareness. Nice. Lots of great answers, everybody. There are 5 skills that we can work on to ensure that we develop ourselves emotionally and socially speaking when it comes to emotionally and socially intelligent. The 5 skills are self-confidence, people skills, communication skills, leadership skills, and resilience in the face of change. 5 skills of an emotionally and socially intelligent individual. So think about what we just wrote in the chat, everybody. Which of these 5 skills, and you can write all 5, that's okay. Which of these 5 skills is most critical for you right now? Think about your world. Think about what you are, the challenges that you are facing with. Which of these 5 skills is most critical for you right now? Let's type that in the chat. You can type self-confidence, people skills. Which of these 5 skills? So for Katie, it's all. What else? Okay, so communication for Tara. What about communication, Tara? That's so critical for you right now in your world.
I think it's a foundation to a lot of, I mean, they're all interrelated, but it's a foundational element to the other skills. And it's absolutely vital to be a good communicator.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Who are the peoples in your life right now, Tara? Could be work, could be professional, personal, that's really critical for you to communicate more effectively with. I'm just curious.
Probably teenagers.
Yep. Yep. Very relatable, Tara. People skill. Thanks for bringing up those two skills, Barry. So, everybody, what is the difference between people skills and communication skills? What do you think? What do you think is the difference? They're closely related, yet they're not exactly the same. What do you think is the difference between people skill and communication skills? Oh, so a level empathy, intent versus delivery. Huh. Barry, you're just dropping like those nuggets into the chat this morning. I love it. What else? Listening. hmm Part of communicating is also listening. It's two sides of the same coin, right? Yeah, yeah, right on, Sean. Communi Communication skills. When we think about communication skills, we can think about our verbal and nonverbal communications. It can be the words I say, it could be my body language, it could be my tone. When we think about people skills, more encompassing. Communication skill is part of that with people skills. People skills also have to do with how we make an impression on somebody, how we build relationships, how we relate to other people. And we can use communication skills to enhance our people skills, for sure. hmm Right on, Stacy. People skills more encompassing, and communication skills are part of that of that puzzle. So these are skills that we want that can help position us in this age of AI to continue to ensure that we are successful, becoming more of an emotionally and socially intelligent professionals, individuals. We might be wondering exactly how do we elevate those skills? And we do that in the Dale Carnegie Course program, which is the reason for that many of us are here today because we're curious, we want to learn more about the Dale Carnegie Course. There are different experiences that we build within the program to help everybody elevate these skills. For instance, when we talk about self-confidence, how do we build self-confidence in the Dale Carnegie course? Well, first of all, we're going to practice and we're going to get coached in a supportive environment on how to communicate ideas clearly, persuasively, concisely in front of other people. We're also going to look at what are the strengths that I have and recognizing the strengths in other people. So that's some of the experiences that we can expect to have when it comes to building self-confidence. Now, when it comes to people skills, we're going to look at ways on how to make a strong, positive impression. And we started right away in session one where we asked, how long do we have when it comes to making a first impression? Which I'm curious to see what people on this call think. How long do we have, everybody, to make a first impression? Let's type that in the chat. How long do you think we have? Seconds, absolutely. 3 seconds, yeah. Research indicates around 7 seconds. We don't have that much. So individuals, participants in our program learn how do I make a strong first impression? And it starts with our names. Start with the most basic level, and it starts with engaging in meaningful conversation with people, even people that we've just met for the first time. So that goes with people skills. We're gonna look at how can we use our past experiences to relate to other people and make those meaningful connections. For those of us who might have heard, we do something called defining moments, where people relate meaningful experiences about themselves to the people in the group. You're gonna hear the word vulnerability a lot in the Dale Carnegie course. Some of us might say, oh, is lovey-dovey. When we're in the program, we really see the power of vulnerability. So those are the two skills and the experiences that tie to these two skills. There's also things we do in the program to elevate communication skills, leadership skills, and how do we deal with stress or how do we deal with change in the environment, such as how do we deal with AI. Take a moment to look at these experiences that you can expect to have in the Dale Carnegie Course program, everyone, and type in the chat which of these experiences or skills that really are relevant to you or would like that it's really is the most exciting for you to hear about. Let's type that in the chat. Look at the bullet points on the screen. Think about these experiences that participants have had and are still having in the Dale Carnegie course. Type the one in the chat that's most exciting to you or most relevant for you. Resilience. So when it comes to resilience, Donna, we look at how do we reframe our attitude towards stress? And how do we look for opportunities for us to grow and develop our capacity to overcome challenges or change in our environment? One of the hurdles, Stacy, is how do I get people to change without them resenting me? And it's very easy for us as leaders and managers to be like, do that because I'm your manager. We know that that's not the long-term plan. We got to develop tools to help us coach other people and make them feel happy about doing the things that we suggest that they do. So communication skills. Yeah, in the program, we do something called the magic formula. And it has three parts in which we look at how do we communicate? How do we talk in a way that really engage people and also motivate them to change? What else, everyone? What else you see on this slide that you're like, okay, that sounds exciting or that sounds interesting to me? So we have communication skills, people skills, resilience. And some of us might wonder, so how do we do that? How do you gain these skills? How do you engage in these experiences? And what we do is providing an experience that follows the cycle of performance improvement. What I mean by this is whenever we learn a new skills, we all go through the cycle of performance improvement. For instance, let's type in the chat. What is a new skills that you've all learned lately? Could be a hobby, could be a new software that you're learning, it could be a new skill. What is a skill that you just learned recently? For some of us, we might just learn how to play pickleball, right? What is the new skills that you learned recently? Let's type that in the chat, everyone. Nobody's learning anything new? Oh, Pilates. Nice. Yeah, that would count, Sean. Oh, very. Programming. So Joe is drywall. Ooh, Donna, improving my empathy. Huh. Oh, that's fun, Francine. When is your next event that you're hosting? Francine's like, let me look at my calendar real quick because I don't remember. Whenever we learn a new skill, everyone, we have that goal in mind. It's like, I want to know how to do SQL programming, or I want to be able to play the piano well again. We have that skill in our mind, and that's going to impact our attitude, which is the next stage. When it comes to us learning new skills, what is the essential attitude, everyone, for us to have when it comes to learning new skills? Let's type that in the chat. What is the key attitude when it comes to learning new skills? What do you think? Confidence. Want. Open mind. Tina, they say our mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open, right? So if I come in with an attitude of like, I already know or all of this, I don't need to learn anything else, we're not going to learn, right? Having an open mind, being willing to try. Absolutely. Yes, whether you believe you can or you can't, either way, you're right. Uh-huh. Once we have the attitude, then we're ready to gain knowledge. And when it comes to leadership development, many of us would, watch videos, we would listen to Tony Robbins, we might read a book, we might attend a workshop. A lot of times, what happens is when we get back to our desk and we're like, okay, now I got to answer these 50 emails that was sent to me while I was in this workshop. Oh, and then I have another project that is due in a few days. And you know what? My company's going through a lot of change right now. I don't have time to focus on my development. We fall into the knowledge trap. So the way that we ensure that individuals like all of us here get to practice the skills to elevate our emotional and social intelligence is by practicing. And you practice in during the session as well as in between the sessions. And that's how we gain the skills. And one example to demonstrate this psycho performance improvement is imagine that we are flying somewhere. Where have you all flown lately? Let's type that in the chat. For me, like I just flew back from Nebraska on Tuesday. So I flew back from Nebraska. Where have you all flown? Ooh, Tina, Ireland. Nice. So Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, I bet Phoenix, Arizona right now is kind of like an oven. Dallas. Nice, Dia. Dia, not Dia, Dia. So imagine. Oh, Katie from Lake of the Ozarks? Huh. So imagine we hop on that plane, everybody, and we put our seatbelts, and now pilot comes on, we're like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, to Southwest Airline or United Airline. I'm so excited to be your your pilot today. I've read all the books. I love flying. I love watching people fly. I've watched all the videos, and this is my first flight. I am so excited. We're all gonna be in for a ride. If you hear your pilot saying that, what would you do? Let's type that in the chat. It says, I'm so excited. This is going to be our first flight together. What would you do? Yeah, you're like, not even 1 second longer. I'm off. Like, open the door, get me out. But Naz, you're very trusting. I'm just going to pray for the best. Ask if there's a co-pilot. The co-pilot is also very excited, and this is her first time as well. So that demonstrates the power of practice. In order for us to turn knowledge into power, we gotta practice, right? We can't just be that pilot that says, this is my first flight. Hey, I've read all the books, I've watched all the videos. This is my first flight. We want to ensure we avoid the knowledge trap. Yeah, Rana will be very worried. So part of the experience of the Dale Carnegie course is us gaining processes and ways to ensure that we follow through the cycle of performance improvement. For instance, Dale Carnegie left us 3 steps to increasing self-confidence. Self-confidence is one of the 5 skills that we said would help us increase our social and emotional intelligence. And Dale Carnegie left us 3 steps. 1 is doing something challenging. 2, successfully completing it. And 3, being rewarded for it. So this is an instance of one of the processes that we learn, one of the ways that we increase our self-confidence in the Dale Carnegie program. So in the program, we are encouraged and we are coached to go outside of our comfort zone and being able to successfully do those hard things and being supported and recognized for doing those things. Because they say when we do hard things, life becomes easier. So I'm gonna stop there. I'm not gonna go back to the screen. What questions do you have so far regarding the Dale Carnegie course? You can drop in the chat or you can come off mute. What questions do you have so far regarding the Dale Carnegie course? Drop it in the chat or come off mute. Everyone's like, I got this. I know what the program is about. I have no question. Okay, so Tara, are they virtual? You have two options. You can take it virtually or you can take it in person. The program that is put on by us here at Dale Carnegie of Missouri, they are all in person. We also have the option for us to take it online as well. So thank you, Banas, for that question. And I can check the age range. We recently, I'll come back to this slide real quick. We recently just finished a program using the Dale Carnegie course elements for a younger group of participants, and we call it the Gen X program. So we can definitely send you more information regarding that. So these are individuals in high school. So that's the age group that we just finished working with. Thanks for that question. Okay, so Joe asks, does everyone work through the same thing or is it individually specific? So the experience is similar for everyone in the program. Now, how you leverage the tool, because we're there to provide everyone the tools. How you leverage the tool is individually specific to you. For instance, we might gain tools on how to enhance relationship, but it's up to you on who you use that tool with, and you're gonna have the opportunity to come back and let the group know who did you apply it with and what was the results. So in that way, it's very specific. Now, the tools are provided to everyone. We will, Banas, we will do that. What other questions do we have regarding the Dale Carnegie course? One question that is often asked is, who might be a graduate of the Dale Carnegie course program? And one of them is Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett in an interview said that he doesn't have his diplomas up except the Dale Carnegie course certificate. And one interesting fact is that being in the program, he gained the confidence to ask his wife out on a date. And he attributed it back to the Dale Carnegie course program. So that's pretty cool. Another question that people often ask is, what are the upcoming dates regarding the Dale Carnegie program? So let us know, everyone. I asked earlier in the call, are you joining from St. Louis, KC, from Texas, from another state? Let us know in the chat. Where are you joining from? So Bananas is St. Louis, awesome. Toronto. So Diaz, Dallas. So these dates that we have on the screens are specific to the programs that being ran in Kansas City and in St. Louis. So for other locations, there might be different dates. So I would encourage everyone who's from outside of Missouri, check the dates of the specific locations. So these are upcoming dates for 2024. And these can be subjected to change. But these are the dates for now. Who has the last question regarding the Dale Carnegie Course program? Awesome. So those of us who are interested in wanting to know more, or if you want the slides that I have here regarding the current state of AI, or you want me to send you the white paper regarding the research on AI and how we can position ourselves to thrive in the age of AI, or you want to discuss even more development options, go ahead and scan this QR code, everyone, and let us know, put in your name, your email, and we will reach out to you, and we'll send you the slides. So go ahead and take a moment to do that, everyone. If you want more information, if you want the slides, if you want the white paper, if you want us to reach out to you regarding other development options, and then type done in the chat. So Joe has a question about the investment for the Dale Carnegie course. So the investment is $2,100 for a participant in the Dale Carnegie course, Joe, and it's an 8-week experience. So the QR code is not scanning for Joe. Yes, Joe, I will get you the direct link. Whoever has, here actually, I have the link right here. Once you're done, everyone, please type done in the chat. Okay, there is the direct link, Sean, in the chat for you. Thank you, Francine. Nice, Dia. Here is another way for us to connect is you can email me or you can scan the QR code and connect with me on LinkedIn so that you are in the know for upcoming free workshops that we put on. Thanks, Banaz. That's another way for us to stay connected. Scan this QR code, connect with me on LinkedIn. Nice. Thanks, Donna. You're welcome. All right, everyone. Let's think about your experience today. How would you describe the past 45 minutes? How would you describe the past 45 minutes? Oh, thanks, Tara. What else? Nice. Thanks, Barry. It's lovely to see you too. So, Dia, thank you for that. And that's what we can expect in the Dale Carnegie course program is for it to be not only informative, but interactive. Because when we're engaged and when we're having fun and we feel like we're using the tools, we're learning more. And we're seeing the things that we learn as more relevant to us. Absolutely. What is one key takeaway for you by being here today? What's one key takeaway? Nice, Donna. What's one key takeaway for you by being here? If you're going to walk away with one idea from today, what is it? One idea for me is Barry is a cool guy and he's constantly learning and gaining new skills, and he's also funny. What is one key takeaway for you being here today? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Going back to that research, Jennifer, that people still want humans to be in control. Nice, Dia. Mm. So Pam, Dale Carnegie has a quote that says, "If you're not in the process of becoming the person you want to be, you're automatically engaged in becoming the person you don't want to be." You're welcome, Francine. All right, as we leave today, we'll leave you with this analogy. What is the difference between a thermostat and a thermometer, everyone? What is the difference? A thermostat and a thermometer. Let's type that in the chat. Sean says control. What else? What is the difference between a thermostat and a thermometer? What do you think? Sean says control. What else is different? Saying versus doing. Ooh, actual versus desire. Okay, okay. With a thermostat, you can adjust and program. And that's the key idea is a thermometer is reactive to the environment. It measures the temperature. Whatever it is, the temperature in the environment, it measures. A thermostat, you can set the temperature, right? And then it regulates the environment to conform to that set temperature. When we think about us thriving in the age of AI, we can be more like a thermostat where we are in charge. We can take control. We can take the initiative of developing ourselves so that we can position ourselves successfully to thrive in the age of AI instead of being reactive and just letting AI take over or just following along and hoping for the best. So, as we leave today, everybody, be more like a thermostat. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to speaking with many of you. And we're giving you 10 minutes back of your day so you can be more productive. Bye, Francine. For those of us who might have questions, we're happy to stay on and answer questions that you have.